everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
She said it don't look right. She said you should be ashamed. Oh man, the text messages got worse and worse, but I'm not finna sit here and read through all of them. But you can probably, if you want to, be my guest. Basically, she's saying that it's done. She said the swirls in the picture are cut out and placed at the bottom of the jacket. It's just pinned. She says it's just pinned. I want him to do something different and not just like the pic. Yeah, a lot of times you can't get it just like the pic. You can get similar, but not just like. She wanted to send pics. She said, I mean, she wanted to see pics, and she said, I don't send pics. You can see it tomorrow. She said she did it just like the pic, but with silver fabric. I'm not getting the gain effect, but what happens if I get there tomorrow and I'm unsatisfied? I'm not trying to be mean. It's just my policy that I have. No disrespect. She says, and it'll look better in person. She said, no disrespect again, but he's unsatisfied with this. I don't like the placement. It doesn't look cohesive. I'm not trying to argue, but if you want it like the picture you sent today, it will be more. It will be more money, of course. Sorry that came out as disrespectful in the text, but it wasn't disrespectful. She said, this is terrible business. She said, why would you do us like this? The bow tie don't even match. No, I don't, but then you got your son calling and texting. This is too much. When the mama and the son team up to steal a custom prom suit you made.
Hey, I'm Ebony from So in Love, and I know you see the viral video that's going around that I post, but here is my side of the story. So, boom, the mama reached out to me February 15th asking me to do her son a custom prom suit. So I was like, okay, my custom suits start off at $1,400. She said, okay, $1,400 is her max. That's the max that she can go. So I agreed to work with her for her budget. I'm like, that's cool. I'll work with you. She booked her consultation on February the 18th. So February 18th was a consultation. Everything was cool. They came in. They really didn't say much. We did his measurements. We went over his inspo pick, but at the consultation I already told him, I'm like, let's try to step outside the box, let's try to do something different, because a lot of people had sent me that same inspiration pick. So I'm like, let's do something different. I did throw out like examples of things like, oh, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this. But he was just like, nah, I'm cool. I just want it similar to the picture. I let my clients know I will never do the exact same replica of any other designer. I'm not going to do that. Let's try to look outside the box. Let's try to put your twist in it. Let's try to get your vibe, put your twist in it, because that's why you getting a custom made suit, is to stand out and not to be like nobody else. So the day of the consultation, she did give me $400 in cash to start and get the material for the suit. She also signed the contract knowing that it was $400, knowing that she had to pay off the suit 2 weeks before the prom, knowing that she was on a payment plan and she had to gradually pay it down. And yes, I did ask for cash because then my Zelle was shut down because a lot of people were sending me money through Zelle, so they had shut my Zelle down. I always communicated to them. I even said at the consultation, I might fall back because I have a 9 to 5. So, that don't mean I forgot about you. That just means I'm working. And they agreed. They agreed to everything. They know what was going on. Everybody was on the same page. That's why they were just so like not even worrying about it when I did fall back. So I got finished with the suit in March, but how I do my orders is it goes by when you go to Prom. So I already told them, I'm like, well, I'm working on my proms that's in March and April. I was like, I'm gonna get back to you as soon as possible. April came, I had sent them a picture of the suit. They loved it. They was like, they can't wait to try it on. It looked good, no issues. I'm like, okay. So after I sent them the picture, I was trying to meet up with them for the first fitting, and her son had a job, and she was kind of busy and stuff like that. So we didn't start meeting up. We didn't meet up until April 17th. So April 17th came. He tried on a suit. They liked it. They had all good things to say. Nothing was wrong. Everything went as planned. And she liked it so much that she put another $500 down. So in total so far, she gave me $900. So before I do anything, I always check in with my client to let them know what I'm doing, let them agree to it. So I told him the same material of your headpiece, which was this, I said, I'm going to take pieces of your headpiece and I'm going to place it on your suit. He agreed to it, and I'm going to have the text for that. So once he agreed to it, I start placing the material on there. He never told me like exactly like how he wanted placed. He never said nothing like that. So I just looked at the headband. His mama was like, can you send me a picture? I was like, I really don't do that because it be a lot of opinion. It really don't be looking the same like on a mannequin as it'll look if it's on your body. I'd rather you just come for your fitting and see it on you, and we can move from there. She started trying to argue and just try to fight and argue. Me, I don't go back and forth with nobody. I will cancel your order because at the end of the day, I want this experience to be a good experience. You going off the prime, you accomplished a lot. I wouldn't want you to be yelling and screaming and doing all that. So she was just getting mad, like talking all crazy, like I paid $1,400, which she didn't. But I didn't go back and forth to say nothing. It was getting so bad that I just picked up the phone and called her, and I was like, well, uh, sorry if you think I was getting smart or anything, because I just be trying to resolve stuff. I didn't know if she probably took it the wrong way through text. You know, stuff can be different through text. But I was still just trying to die down the situation and all that type of stuff. So when she answered, I was like, well, you know what? Let's meet up and y'all could tell me face to face and look at the suit and we could really go into depth on how he really wanted. And one thing that really stood out and that was really strange to me, we supposed to met up, but then she ended up calling me, texting me again, telling me like her son had to go to work, so they got to do it the next day. But she had made a statement like, "But I come see it," and I was just thinking like, why would she want to come see it without her son? That was kind of a little weird to me, but I just shoved it off. I didn't really. I was just like, that was weird. So the day came to try on a suit. They was all rushing me like, what, where you at, what you doing, all that. I'm like, whoa, calm down. I'm gonna let you know when we can meet up and stuff, and I get with y'all. So as I met up with them and they was coming in the building, the vibes was just so off. They were just, it just didn't feel right. It was just so off. I was just like, oh, it's just so off. The whole time she was trying to go back and forth in the text messages, but when we was face to face, she didn't say nothing. I'm like, so do you want to go and explain what happened? Do you want to, I mean, what you want? Do you want to explain like how do you want it, so I can get a better, more understanding to get to make your vision come to life? So as y'all see in the camera, I'm handing him the suit because we just walked in, and the bathroom is closer, like close to the entranceway. This is my final part because I'm moving forward with this. I'm at peace with this. They knew what they was doing because they been there for the first fitting, so they already knew where the dressing rooms and everything was at. They knew what they was doing. I'm not no scammer. I'm not no schemer. Like, out of 45 plus orders that I have, this the only problem that I came across. So I handed him the suit. He already was walking towards the bathroom. Me and the mother started walking all the way down the hallway, all the way on the other side of the building. And I'm going to have that in at the end of this video. So me and the mother was walking down the hallway. As you can see, I'm smiling. I'm not worrying about it. The whole time, she didn't say nothing. She didn't say nothing about no refund. She didn't say nothing what she won't change, because she already knew what she was going to do and take that suit. She already had it planned up. So when we got in the room and sat down, she still didn't say nothing. She was looking down in her phone, waiting on for her son to text. But at the time, I didn't know that. So when her phone went off, she hurried up and popped up and said she left her purse in the car. Me, knowing something was just off and wasn't even feeling right, she walked off, so I was walking up behind her. At the time, I didn't even know that he already then slipped on out when we was walking down the hallway into the room. And she just ran on out the door. He was already in the car, and they zoomed off and took the suit. And I was just standing there shocked because they didn't never say nothing. They already knew what they wanted. And the whole point is, if you didn't like the suit and you so-called paid for the suit, why did you have to run off? Why did you have to move how you moved? What was all that? You didn't say what you wanted. You didn't say what you wanted to change. The whole point was meeting up to see what did they want to change, get more insight on it. But they didn't do none of that because they knew what they wanted to do. Then you would think that they would have just stole the suit and left it as that. When I posted it on Facebook, they got mad. She started blowing up my phone, calling me, got everybody else inboxing me, going off on me, straight ran to the Facebook acting like the victim. She ran home, took pictures, had them, twisted it all up, messed up the suit, had them looking all funny to play the victim. And I'm just like, wow, that is just so funny to me. Like, wow. And then got here on TikTok and stuff and have the audacity to make a TikTok like she was right. It was just the audacity for me. But at the end of the day, moving forward, I have learned a lot. This have opened up my eyes that I can't give people the benefit of the doubt, and I'm just over it. And after that, they were the suit. He was so happy in the suit, and everything. It just all boiled down to she didn't want to pay. I guess, or she didn't have the money or whatnot. But what you're not gonna do is go to this internet and lie on me. That's not gonna happen. But I wish them both the best, and I'm moving forward. Thank you. Bye.
And let me just go ahead and do my story time because at this point, the bitch is harassing me. I know y'all seen this video that's trying to go viral. Me and my son when this lady saying we stole a suit. But every time I try to comment on any video, any post, anything she say, she blocking me and everybody I know. And y'all, help my video blow up because she on that bitch doing a lot of lying. Let me go back to the text messages. Hold on. Now my son found some lady on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Who knows what he found her at? But it was prime season, so whatever he wanted, it was all ball. On her website, you have to pay $100 consultation fee and a $400 down payment. Here you see it's paid. And that meeting, the vibe was a little bit off. She did do like an introductory to herself, and she went over her policies and rules and let me know that she was a single mom and she worked hard and blah blah blah. She also let me know about like her situation with her and her son, and like that right there was a red flag because any lady that talk about her kids, it's crazy to me. But I digress. We went over the color, the suit type, and then the inspo picture. That same day, she asked us to send her the inspo picture, and this was the inspo picture. She reached out a couple days later, I guess, just to confirm the colors, and we was like, okay, cool. Then she sent the text like, thinking about adding a spiral PCI suit, let me know. Girl, no, this is not what we asked for. This looks nothing like what we asked for. And I understand like people wanted to show their creativity this prom season, but nah, that ain't what we asked for. My son even texted her back. He said, I think it's cute, but it's gonna be too much. The hood should be enough. Which his hood should have been enough. His hood should have been the star of the show. So March 2nd came around, and she said she sent like I guess an update letting us know that she was working on a piece. She said we create statement pieces. Please allow a full production time frame for completion. You will be personally notified once your garment is ready. Thank you for your patience and trusting So in Love to bring your vision to life. Don't forget to make payments on your custom garment. Have to be paid 2 weeks before your prom date. She texting in Spanish, so I'm just keeping up with what she said. I texted her back. I said, understood. Do you have Zelle so I can start making my payments? And at that point, I should have knew that something was wrong. Cause like, what grown ass lady don't accept Zelle? She said, no, I only use Apple Pay, and she sent her personal cell phone number to get the Apple Pay. I let her know that I don't have Apple Pay. I only have Zelle or Cashapp or Cash. In hindsight, I see like my mistake. When I let her know that I only had cash or Cashapp, she said, okay, I'll let you know when I'm free so I can get the cash. A couple days go by, I didn't hear from her, but I ended up finding the suit on TikTok of the inspo, so I wanted her to see what it was like, so I ended up sending her the suit and the video. And even then, I said, and don't forget to let me know when I can drop the money off to you. She said, okay, we can meet Monday. And then she started asking Jalen about, did he want a silver headpiece? So we thought everything was on up and ups. Mind y'all, we haven't heard from her none this time. So March 29th, I said, hey, do you have a day we can meet up so that I can give you the money? I said, I only have Zelle or Cash App. She texted back a few hours later and said, hey, can we meet up today? I said, sure, I'm at the laundromat. Can we meet in a few hours? She declined and said, hey, let's just meet tomorrow if you're free. I said, yeah, tomorrow I'm free. That'll be a better day. She said, okay, I'll text you in the morning when we can meet. Mind y'all, never heard from this lady again. Never heard from this lady again. And I was trying to be patient with her, and because in the beginning of the thread, she said that she was going to reach out once the production was over, I guess. So April 3rd is when she finally gives us an update of the suit. She finally sends that she completed this portion of the suit. Me and my son was excited. We was like, yeah, girl, that's how we want it, period. Then she sent a weird-ass text message, and I just know. She said, due to an increase in unpaid balances, we now require 50% deposit to the total garment cost before scheduling your first fitting. Sorry, I had to change my policies because no one was making their payments. I said, hey, Miss Ebony, I've been trying to connect with you and get you paid. I don't mind paying the 50%, but I literally been trying to pay you. You can schedule the fitting. I have the money. I've been had the money. I've been trying to connect with you. Like, why are you playing? She instantly started copping pleas. She said, it's not true. I'm sending this to everyone. I'll let you know when I'm available to meet. Thank you again for being patient. Again, I was not being pushy or nothing about the suit. I gave her time, her patience, because that's what she initially said. On April 16th, she said, hey, can you guys come in for a fitting, and can you bring cash as well? Like, damn, I already told you I only had cash, so you knew that I was going to bring cash, so what do you mean? But I said, hey, can we come this weekend? She gave us a date. Everything was literally the very next day. She said, okay, and if you want to make a payment, you can bring cash. I have my receipt book. Lady, that was the whole. So we ended up pulling up to the meeting. When we get there, we're sitting in the waiting area. She instantly tells us, like, hey, I apologize if I offended you by the text message that I sent. I wasn't meant to say it that way. You've been nothing but nice to me. You've been nothing but patient with me this whole time. So I just was sending it to everybody because a couple people weren't paying their balances. And I let her know, like, you got my son life in your hands. Why would I be trying to not pay you? I'm trying to get this shit out the way. I'm trying to get as much stuff done as possibly possible to make sure my son Prom go off without a hitch. Again, I'm giving her cash. So she ended up, the meeting went fine. She got her $500 received. We're $1,000 in at this point, and there was nothing made but a all white suit with the blue lapel, and she done had this suit for months now. Again, we're not hearing from her, but in her policy, she said she will reach out once the garment is completed. So I left her alone. I really was being so nice. I could have been all snappy and all that, but it was already prom season, and why would I do that? But now it's May. My baby prom is May 29th. Now it's May, and we still have not heard anything from you. So Jalen started getting antsy. May 10th, he said, hey, how's it going? He said, Happy Mother's Day. And again, we should have knew something was wrong because she started asking us, what color diamonds do you want? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, again, we have to send her another picture of the inspo. Stop playing. She agreed again, so we thought everything was cool. Again, that was May 10th on Mother's Day. On May 13th, she texted and said, hey, can you come pick up the suit? The suit is ready. It'll be ready at 6:30. We agreed. We let her know we'll be there. May 14th is when she started getting worse and worse. She said, instead of doing it just like the picture, I think we should just do the sleeve. And then here's what she sent. This is May 14th, y'all. May 14th. This is what you got? Then she said, or maybe, what about this right here? At that point, I was fuming, mad as f, but I still didn't let that shit get to me. I'm just telling her, like, I think it's clashing. It looks more like a costume than the picture in the suit. We really was going for an embroidery look, and you kind of doing your own thing, you know, kind of, you need to pull it back a little bit and just go ahead and do the design. Now, we ended in May when she started to show us the suit. After the first incident, she tell us, like, oh no, don't worry about it, I'm gonna fix it for y'all. So I instantly tell her, like, all right, let me see the suit. She tell me, no, you can't see the suit. It's against my policy. I don't let none of my clients see my suit until they pay me all my money. And again, y'all, I'm being so nice, so humble, coming at her like, no disrespect. I know you don't want to, that's part of your policy or whatever, but to be honest, I just want to make sure that whatever you got is something that I approve and you approve. I don't want to waste your time and you waste my time when it's something that you can change beforehand. The nice lady tell me we can't see the suit, can't see the suit, can't see the suit. I keep going back and forth with her. And then finally she sent me a picture of the damn suit. Yeah, the suit she sent, baby. I text her immediately and told her, I'm unsatisfied with this. This looks terrible. She tell me, oh, it's gonna look different off the mannequin. It's gonna look good on his body. Y'all just gotta see it in person. Literally trying to argue with me about not fixing the nonsense that she had already. Mind y'all, we are talking in a group chat, so all while we talking, it was like she was trying to disregard what I was saying and try to talk to Jalen. Mind you, it's the end of the school year. Jalen is 17. He's in class. He's learning. So why would you still be trying to talk to a 17-year-old when I'm his mom? I'm advocating for him. I'm telling you exactly what it is that he wants. We still going back and forth. I'm letting her know, like, this look cheap. This look like a costume. I just want it to look more luxurious. I don't know what you need to do, but this just not giving. So she tell me, like, you know what, I'm gonna just call you because I don't want to keep going back and forth. So I'm like, okay, cool. We ended up getting on the phone. She said she's sorry about the budget comment. She's sorry about the way that she was treating me. She was under a lot of pressure. She started saying basically like she's gonna fix the suit. The next day she tell us, like, the suit is ready, y'all can come get the suit at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock comes, she say she running behind. She was with one of her clients. We still being patient, we ain't saying shit. Probably about 2 hours went by. She texts like, y'all can start heading up to my suite. We get to the suite, she's nowhere to be found. Car's not there. So basically you just rushed me to come up here for what? It's a suite situation, so me and my son was just stuck outside, standing at the door looking dumb. We keep calling her, texting her, letting her know we outside. She pull up, she texts her, I'm 8 minutes behind. We wait another 15 minutes for the lady to come in. Something told me that she didn't have that suit fixed, done, nothing. The way her little suite thing set up is, it's a common area and then everybody has suites in the back. Now this whole time while we've been dealing with her, we always sit in the common area, but for some reason this day she handed Jalen the suit, which he went to the bathroom, and then she tried to corner me into a back room. that's why in the video y'all kind of see me and her going down the hallway and my son going into the restroom, because for some reason she didn't want us in the main area anymore. I really think it's because she knew how bad that suit was and she was anticipating me spazzing the out. Then, man, y'all, the day that she called us to come pick up the suit was my son's decision day at school, was when he chose his college. He chose SIU. He got a full 4 years at SIU, and we were celebrating. We were so excited. That's why in the video y'all see us with our little matching shirts on. But back to the story. We ended up going in that back room. My son texted me and said, "Mom, this shit look a mess." He said, "Mom, this shit looks a mess." And what else was I supposed to do? At that point, I could have reached in my purse and that shit could have got ugly. Or I could have been an angry black woman and put my hands on her. Or what better, I could have had me and my son put our hands on that lady for playing with us like that. So instead of being violent and knocking her the fuck out like I really wish I really would have, my son told me that she didn't do anything. She actually added a damn whatever that was on the sleeve. So not only did you play with the applique, you added a little whatever, and it just gave that you didn't give a fuck. So baby, we leaving with what the fuck we came and what we paid for. I told my son to go to the car, and I went to the car right after him. So after my son texted me, I told him, go to the car. Because at this point, either I'm finna have to fight this lady or we finna get I don't know. My son walked to the car. I tell her I'm finna go to the car. And I walked to the car as well. We didn't have to run. We didn't have to do any of that. Like, why the fuck would we run? Why would we steal? Why would we hide? I told my baby to take the suit and go get in the car because I already paid you $1,000. You already telling me that you gonna fix it and ain't fix shit. You study talking about this dare to be different and that's not what I asked you for. So respectfully, you got your $1,000 out of me. I already feel played. I gotta take this suit and I gotta find somebody that can help me fix this shit. I have to find somebody. When she texted to come pick up the suit, it was never oh, I'm gonna change anything or oh, I'm gonna fix anything. She texted and said she was done. Come pick up the suit. And how much more trust can I put into you? You done had my suit since February and it's May, the middle of May, and I'm asking you what's going on and I'm asking you to fix something and you still telling me that you can't. So after I sent her the text messages and basically tell her like how hurt I was, the nice lady turned this shit into some whole other shit. The first thing she do is post my son on her Facebook. And I was so confused because you as a damn near 40-year-old lady, why are you posting a child? This my child. At the end of the day, if you had an issue with me as the mother, as the person who paying you, why wouldn't you post me? How you gonna post a child like he got some money to pay you? The problem was she thought that the internet was gonna be on her side. She thought that this shit was gonna go her way. Sorry, babe. I'm a real Chicago East Side native baby. Like, I'm not to be with. As soon as everybody seen that was my baby that she was playing with, it went up. Facebook went so crazy they was eating her ass down, tearing her ass down, eating her ass alive, and she swear it was all my family. She started saying my family started sending her threats and all this. No, babe, that's the internet. They're treating you. They're eating you. After she came in with the Facebook, because you know the book of the face is always, they're undefeated. They're never gonna let you play with nobody kids. After that, she started having her son harass my son. I guess her son in some type of gang or whatever she got going on. But he started calling my son, texting my son, all type of shit. She even had him ride past my grandma's house and take a picture of my car and tell my son, like, yeah, shorty, if I see when I catch you, I'ma do woo woo woo. But y'all know me. I'm from Chicago, baby. You can't scare me. You gonna have to show me. You gonna have to show me. y'all from St. Louis in Chicago sending threats. Is you okay? So you know me, I call the son. What's up? What you on with my little baby, bro? What's up? He get that, yeah, I'm gonna kill your son. Woody woo. You already know how this shit go. I'm a gangster. Woody woo. I've never met a child I was afraid of. At this point, you harassing my son. You study posting my son. They got your son calling my son. So every time her son call my son, I call him and ask him like, what the fuck you doing calling my son? Cause what you want? And every time he called my child, I called his shit. Who you think you is? You not scaring shit. You're not gonna whoop shit. You're not gonna scare shit. You're not gonna make me feel no type of way or nothing. So this message is for Ebony over at So in Love. So I hope somebody can screen record it, send it to her. However it get, I hope it get to her. I really just want to say what the biggest problem is, because I see like you not understanding. The biggest problem for me was that you literally had no consideration for my child. And the fact that he was 17 at the time, he was a child. You posted him, his school, like, what did you want somebody to hurt my child? It's just crazy to me how a 40-year-old lady can find so much pleasure in arguing with a then 17-year-old little boy. And then you inserted your son. You inserted your son to bully my son, harass my son, and to say gay jokes to my son. And honestly, I was nothing but nice to you, so that's the part that really get me. We two grown women. We could have handled this. You arguing, going back and forth in a text group chat with a minor while he's in school. At the last days of school, taking his finals. That shit was stressful enough. The last days of school is supposed to be a teenager's happiest days. And you tried to ruin that shit with a Facebook post. That literally was his decision day. We didn't even get to enjoy our day. I ain't even get to enjoy the fact that my son got a full 4-year scholarship to SIU, baby. Then you so angry, you study missing the point that you're posting someone's child. My child. And honestly, I go to hell or jail about my shorty. Like, what was the motive? What, did you want the kids at his school to harass him because them was the only people you was talking to in the comments? Like, why post his picture if you had our address? Especially if you had our address to the point where you had your son pull up and take a picture. So what was the point of posting him? Like, for real, you as a grown-ass lady, that you as a mom should know better than to be posting a 17-year-old. Then you inserted your son to have your son to fight, kill, harass my son for what? Especially when you claim you about to take legal action. It's literally enough dead black boys in Chicago, and me or yours could have been one of them, all off a suit. Especially over a suit you received some type of compensation for. So what was the point of the post? Because I know it wasn't over $500, and I know it wasn't over a store-bought suit that you only changed the lapel on. And I think that's the only part that you just not getting. He's a minor. He is someone's child. And that's why them comments was eating your ass down. That's why they was eating your ass alive. And you deserve that shit. I never wanted to be the type to tear down a black woman's business. But you suck. You need a little bit more practice. I don't know if you thought Jalen wasn't loved or like I was gonna play about him. But my baby is loved. You hear me? When I say loved, he is loved. And I don't know if that's what's going on between you and your child on why he out here talking about what he gonna do to man. But my baby is loved. Regardless of whatever any post say, my baby is loved. Truly, wholeheartedly. Do y'all want to hear what ended up happening to the student? And excuse me, I miss Cheyenne. Nah, for real, y'all, I had to come in the inside so y'all could be able to hear me. After I ended up getting a suit from Miss Ebony, I ended up spending the whole day crying, all on Facebook, begging people to help me. Like, for real, help! Then everybody under the post acting like they gonna help me so bad. I'm thinking this shit for free. Ain't nobody helping. Had to come out my pocket again. That's why I'm drinking that. Y'all, like the prom was not letting up at all. But one of my old co-workers, Jermaine, shouts out to Jermaine. He ended up telling me that he had somebody that'll fix the suit for me and he'll do it for me immediately. Y'all, I thought that shit meant free. No, it did not mean free. Nah, but seriously, after I kept telling everybody I was willing to pay this lady $1,400 for a prom suit, they weren't trying to hit none of that free shit anyway. Y'all, when we met with the designer, definitely found out that the suit was actually store-made and not fucking designed. He ripped them pockets open. He said, "Sus, this suit is store-bought." After I found out that the suit is store-bought, I give him $100 just to start the job. After I give him the money, a few days go by. The designer texts me and say, "I'm only charging you $130, but I have an idea." And this is when I say all of the designers had their own ideas that they wanted to get out this prom season. And his idea wasn't either right or it wasn't wrong. It was just his taste. Again, this was an older male. Not older, but he was around my age. So the suits he designed were for men my age. And again, there's no shade at all. That's why when he asked me to add the trim to the lapel, I said, yeah, hell yeah. I was so done with the suit. It was like, whatever you gonna do to the suit, do it. On May 23rd, I reached out to him to ask him how much did I owe him. Just because I just wanted to be clear and I just wanted to make sure everybody was on the same page, and because he added the trim, he told me that it was gonna be a $50 extra fee. He did let me know that he was only gonna charge me $170, and that the rest he was doing because he got love for Jermaine. That's why I said I love Jermaine. Everything went smooth, and then May 24th is when he sent the picture and told me that he was done with the suit.
It look good.
When he sent the picture, I was so excited. I'm like, yes, this shit is finally done. It's finally over. I text him back and I tell him thank you. He did fix the sleeves. He took all of the little rhinestones she had off there, gave it the embroidery look, gave him the hood that we wanted. He added the trim. I liked the trim, so I was excited. Then when I sent it to Jalen, Jalen let me know off rip that he didn't like the trim. Then he was like, nah, ma, I really do like the trim. The suit is cute. But at that point, if you a boy mom, you know when your son don't like something and only agreeing with something because it's you. I did let the designer know that Jalen didn't like the trim, but it was like we was under so much pressure and it was crunch time. Ain't nobody about to play with you, boy. Like, I can tell my baby knew, like, that I worked really, really hard for this. So it was like I knew he wasn't trying to stress me out. So he was going to wear the suit. But y'all know me. I cannot go like that. And y'all know I love ChatGPT more than Lemmy love ChatGPT. Like, no. So once we got the suit, my son got a job. So he ended up going to work and I went home with the suit. I immediately took the trim off, and when I took the trim off, it looked like the new designer. When he put the trim on, he put the trim on really good with whatever type of fabric, whatever he used. He put it on real good. So when I removed it, it was sticky as fuck, and it had a whole bunch of residue and all type of shit. So I had to go into chat and ask chat, like, what am I supposed to do? Chat showed me how to bring my ideas to life. It showed me every placement that I needed to place it on, the front, the back, the arms, everything, just so it'll be what I was looking for. place it on the front, the back, the arms, everything, just so it'll be what I was looking for. And I really feel like both designers had their own design that they wanted, but I wanted a different design. I wanted my son to have like an embroidery, like elegant type of look to him. I wanted him to be covered. That's why I got the headpiece. But in the end, the suit came out beautiful as I wanted it to. I put every final little finishing touch on it. So basically, Ebony ordered the suit. The second designer, he put the embroidery look on it, and then I ended up just putting the rhinestones on it and taking off the trim. I'm gonna add some pictures of the suit at the end.
Okay, so I see the rhinestones. All right. So yeah, you can see the blue. I'm guessing this is the trim because you can see it looks like it was ripped off. And it probably should have left it on there, honestly, because once it was on there, now you can still see it on there, or at least the glue part. And it looks like it was just on this part right here and up here. So it just helped with the blue on the shirt, I guess. But of course he didn't want it. The rhinestones don't actually match, but it is what it is, I guess. With no time to spare, I guess you don't have much to really work with. Yeah, it's not that bad. What to do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. Back in the confessional. Yes, we staying lit, big dog, man. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Man, I mean, listen, I say go simple. You know, my suit didn't have all this, and I'm not mad at it because I probably wish we saw this type of work put into suits back when I was in high school, but everybody pretty much had a basic suit, pretty clean. A lot of people came with their colors. Like I know my friends at Douglas, where I wanted to have my prom at, a lot of them wore orange suits or orange and black or something of that nature. And then where I went to in Moore, it was pretty much a lot of guys wore black tuxedos and stuff like that. I myself wore a white tuxedo with blue, and I had like blue trim, blue rubber bands on my braids. I want to say my shoes was blue. No, my shoes was white. My shoes was white. I had square toe shoes, you know what I'm saying? Blue vest, blue bow tie, blue cufflinks, white shirt, white suit. I was just clean, you know what I'm saying? Then I didn't go for my senior year. That's why I went my junior year, because I knew I wasn't gonna make it senior year, and I didn't. And then I went for my daughter's prom the next year. My baby mama's prom the next year. She wasn't my baby mama at the time. She was just my girlfriend. I went to her prom the next year, and I wore a blue suit, a blue top hat, had my hair curled, like Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying? I was going for, the Shirley Temple look with the bouncy curls type stuff. And then I wanted the straw curls, but the straw curls, I was trying to get somebody's curler, because my cousin, she used to always wear her hair in straw curls, and I wanted them because it'll make it, you get full length hair, and you still get that bounce, versus the big curls that I had, and it was windy as hell. And I like the straw curls because they damn, they're like crunchy, like they hard, versus the big curls when by 9 o'clock, them things was just done. You know what I'm saying? So, but I still look good though. You know what I mean? New fresh perm was fried, dyed, and laid to the side, so it was clean. But shout out to them. Shout out to Queen Jasmine for making it happen for her son. I'm pretty sure he was happy about it. And also there's another. I wonder who this is. Oh, I don't know who that is. I thought that might have been the content creator, the guy who did the suit, but nah, it's not the guy that did the suit.
Y'all want to hear what ended up happening?
So, yeah, tough luck, but yeah. Yeah, so that was terrible. From when he got it, like there was nothing on the back. This little slash in the front, that's terrible. These little Michael Jackson things were I don't know what that is. That's just not that's not worth it. Look at that. That's crazy whack. Like it's just she just laid him in the strip, and that's why she got clowned so bad, because that looks terrible. Honestly, looks very terrible. I wish she would show the full, like, all of the pictures versus showing us. So this is what they was going for. That actually looks way better than what we just saw. I don't know what that was. It didn't even have nothing over. This don't have nothing over here, and that little stuff that she had over here was ugly. This looks way better, and it comes on the same shoulder on the backside. That looks dope. So I see what she wanted from that, but that is crazy. This ugly thing is crazy. So I get it. The Michael Jackson thing is crazy ugly. And it's not even on the right shoulder. It should be on the other shoulder. Like it should be on the shoulder with the, oh, that's ugly. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that woman didn't have no style, but it's all good, man. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section.